Hello everyone, in today's video we'll learn how to make a Punnett square. First, we need to understand few terms. Allele. Allele are variant forms of a gene. A gene is a sequence of DNA which determines the physical appearance of a plant or an organism. For example, some gene decides the height of a plant. A plant can be tall or dwarf. If the plant is having the allele capital T, it would be tall, and if the plant is having allele small t, it would be dwarf. Similarly, in human, the gene which decides the color of an eye can have two alleles, capital B and small b. If we are having capital B, the color of an eye would be brown, and if we are having small b alleles, we'll have blue color eyes. Now, these alleles can be dominant or recessive. Dominant alleles are those show their effect in the presence. The dominant allele are those which show their effect even if the other allele is present. And a single copy of dominant allele is enough to show the characteristic appearance. For example, a plant which is having even a single copy of capital T would be tall, while recessive alleles are those which show their effect only in the absence of dominant allele, or in other words, they need to have two copies of themselves to show their physical effect. We can take an example like a tall plant would be tall if it's having two copies of capital T, or it will be tall even if it's having a single copy of capital T. For a plant to be dwarf, it need to have two copies of small t. Similarly, in human eye, if we need to have a brown eye, we can have two copies of capital B, or even a single copy of capital B is enough for a brown eye. For a person to have blue eyes, they need to have two copies of small b. So, dominant alleles show their effect even if they're having a single copy, while recessive alleles show their effect only when they're having two copies of recessive allele. So, now let's understand what does homozygous dominant mean. We have understood what does dominant and recessive mean. Now we need to understand what does homozygous means. In the term homozygous, homo means one. So in homozygous dominant, both of the copies of allele are one. For here, as we can see in this, we are having two copies of capital T, and here we are having two copies of capital small t. So if we are having two copies of dominant allele, we'll call it homozygous dominant, and if we are having two copies of recessive allele, we'll call it homozygous recessive. But what happens if we are having one capital T and one small t? What do you think would be the physical appearance of the plant? The plant would be tall because it is having a single copy of capital T, and we know for a dominant characteristic to appear, even a single copy of dominant allele is enough. Now let's solve a question to understand and summarize the whole dominant and recessive terms. And we'll solve this question by making a Punnett square. So the question goes as follows. A dwarf pea plant is crossed with a heterozygous tall pea plant, and we have to find the probability that the progeny is dwarf, and in the second part we need to determine the phenotypic and genotypic ratios. We'll understand what does phenotype and genotype means as we go through the question. I have provided a step-by-step solution so it would be easier for you to follow up. For the first step, we need to determine the dominant and the recessive plant. The plant which is dwarf is recessive, and the parent plant which is dominant, which is tall, is dominant. Once we have determined the dominant and recessive parent, we need to determine their genotype. And we have discussed earlier that the recessive parent will be having 2 copies of recessive allele. So the parent which is dwarf will have 2 copies of small t. And here for parent 2 they have mentioned it is heterozygous. We have discussed that the heterozygous means they'll have 1 copy of dominant allele and 1 copy of small t. Since they are having 1 copy of dominant allele, so the plant would be tall. Once we have determined the genotype, we'll now determine the gametes produced by both of the plants. For this, simply write the genotype of both of the plants. So we have written capital T, small t for heterozygous parent and 2 small t for homozygous recessive parent. This parent would give a capital T in one gamete and small t in another gamete. And this parent will give capital T only because it's having 2 copies of recessive. Once we have determined the gametes, we can now make a Punnett square. For this, we have to make a table. And in the table, on this side, write the gametes produced by one plant. So here I have written the gametes produced by homozygous dominant plant. So I have written 1 capital T and 1 small t. On this side of the table, I have written the gametes produced by the homozygous recessive parent. So once I have written the gametes, I'll fill up these sides. So here I'll write capital T. I have written capital T and this side would give small t. Similarly, to determine the genotype of the progeny, we'll write 1 t here, which comes from this side, and 1 t comes from the other side. Similarly, we'll fill up the whole Punnett square. So this diagram illustrates that we crossed a dwarf plant with a tall plant, and we are getting 2 tall plant and 2 dwarf plant, and this Punnett square depicts it. In this video, I was most frequently using 2 terms, genotype and phenotype. Phenotype are the physical appearance. So the physical appearance here is tallness and dwarfness, and the phenotype of a plant is determined by its genotype. Genotype is the genetic makeup of a plant. So if this plant is tall, it is having capital T and small t because it's mentioned in the question that it is homozygous dominant. And this plant, since it is dwarf, it will be having 2 copies of small t. So the genetic makeup of this plant, that is capital T is genotype, and it is dwarf, it means its phenotype. So once we have determined the phenotype and genotype, we can now determine the phenotypic and genotypic ratios. It is very simple. First, we need to see what are the possible genotypes. We are having 2 types of genotype. Either it is homozygous recessive or it is heterozygous recessive. So the probability of tall plant, we are having 2 probability out of 4. So we'll get 50% of the progeny are tall, and similarly by this logic we'll solve the probability of dwarf plants also. We are having 2 out of 4 possibility that the plant would be dwarf, and we again get 50%. Once we have determined the phenotype, we can now determine the genotypic ratio. The probability of a pea plant having capital T small t genotype is 2 out of 4. We'll again get 50%, and the probability of plant having small t genotype, it will be 50%. So let's summarize the whole video. So in this video we understood what alleles means. Alleles are the various forms of a gene. Gene are the sequences which gives a physical characteristic to an organism. For example, a gene can give height to the plant, and this height can be of two types, tallness or dwarfness. A tall plant will have a capital T allele, and the short plant would dwarf plant would have small t allele. A dwarf plant will have two copies of small t, and it will be homozygous recessive, and a plant can be dominant if it's having capital T or two copies of dominant allele, or one copy of dominant and one copy of recessive. In both of the cases, the plant would be tall. To determine the probability of progeny would be dwarf, we can follow few steps. We have to determine the dominant recessive plant. Once we have determined the dominant recessive plant, we can determine the genotype, and once we have figured out the genotype, we can determine the gametes produced by both of the parents. Once we have done that, we can draw a Punnett square, which is very easy. On top right, the gametes produced by one parent, and on the side right, the gametes produced by other parents, and fill up the columns. And this diagram denotes that here we have crossed a dwarf plant with a tall plant, and we are getting two tall and two dwarf plants. I hope this video helps, and if you have any question, ask them in the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you for staying.